Trapper gets a lot of flack because a lot of people, they just don't understand.
River through the valley, there's a tree with a hanging rope, and on a bank you lay.
It's about God. This is about the outdoors. Hunting, fishing, trapping. This episode brought to you by Jasco Products, makers of the Eco Survivor Lantern. Stand up to the elements. Friend Knife Making, quality knives made in America. Beinville Outdoors, home of Old South trapping lures and Old South deer lures. The All-American Sun Oven, the ultimate solar appliance. Red Feather Archery, home of the Talon. Nice Targets, a superior shooting experience. And the Quapaw Casino. Today, we're going back out with Justin Rogers of Beinville Outdoors, maker of Old South trapping lures and Old South deer lures. We've got a great show. He's going to be doing some predator trapping, so stick around. And then after the trapping, we're going to be talking about lures and why. I'm not going to be talking about them. Justin Rogers is, because he's the man when it comes to lures. And then at the end of the show, we're going to have Mitch's Justin Rogers' son, his very first Bobcat on a set that he made himself. Stick around. I know you're going to love the show.
Alright, first trap check we got here. We got a little dirt hole set with some bait down in the hole. See, it got work. Traps gone, it's gonna drag. We also got a turkey feather here as a attractor. We're gonna traps on a drag, so we'll see. I see some drag marks right here. Going up through here. There's the drag, and look at there. We got a gray fox. Alright, let's get over here where he's at. Nice little gray front foot catch on a number 3 double coil. I believe it may be a Montgomery. No pad damage, got a big shock spring on it. Good deal. We're gonna dispatch this little guy and do the remake. Reset this dirt hole right quick. You ever talk about these big traps? A lot of folks don't like big traps on things around here. You don't need that big of a trap. You probably don't, but we got a lot of cats and some cows in here, so I like using these big traps. But I want to show that trap's got laminated jaws on it. And I also want to show this fox was caught, the gray fox, number 3, laminated jaws, 4 coils, no foot damage. A lot of folks on these trapping forums and stuff, they complain using these big traps, and a lot of folks like them, but no foot damage whatsoever on that fox. So that's why I like these big traps, but if you're going to use them, I like to use these laminations on them because they don't cut their feet on these big traps when you got those laminated jaws. Plus you got that big shock spring on there, and you can see you got some wear on it, on these things. It really helps out. We're harvesting the animals, but we want them to feel as less stress and everything while they're in those traps. We're gonna get this set remade. It's a dirt hole set. That big shock spring. These are old. I bought these from old Gorman, and they got a little wear. You see, it's been used some. This is I don't know what kind of trap this is. We'll get this reset. I'm gonna put my part here. Alright, here's the remake on that set. Blending the trap back in. I'm actually targeting cats in this location. That's why I've got that blocking and why I'm using these bigger traps. Just covered the chain up. I just kind of threw the chain back there. It's not going to bother a cat or a gray fox. Cody maybe, but I really don't have to coach that much. Little squirt of urine up top, a few fellas in the hole, still got bait in the hole, so I like using these drags. Not a whole lot of sets not all messed up. Alright, we're going to set number 2. Alright, we got a possum caught here. I don't usually film possums when we catch them, but I just had to film this. Look at this possum caught by the rear end. I don't know if this was a T-bone set for coats. I don't know if he sat down in the trap or what. But he's caught right by the tail and the butt. So we're gonna get him out, dispatch him. He just remade.
Eco Survivor Lantern. Stand up to the elements. Utilizing patented technology, the Eco Survivor Lantern delivers a consistent white light with unprecedented energy efficiency. This lantern series provides an omnidirectional battery-operated solution that emits a brilliant white 350 lumen light with a range of up to 50 feet. 3-level dimming feature. Durable locking carabiner handle, providing versatility, allowing it to be carried or hung anywhere. The Eco Survivor Lantern's tough, rugged exterior and design makes it perfect for any outdoor adventure. Utilizing the ever-popular Realtree design in pink, orange, and green, the Eco Survivor Lantern suits your personality. Are you tired of changing out targets all the time? Then I'd like to introduce you to Nice Targets, a superior shooting experience. Recyclable, long-lasting, weather and UV resistant. 100% more shots equals half the cost. Nice Targets. High resolution, photorealistic.
Nice Targets are quality, cost-efficient targets made in America, and plus, just look how good they look. I'd hang this stuff up on my wall. It's like having art in the room. They also make traditional style range targets for all your other shooting needs. The next time you have to choose between paper and plastic, go with the plastic.
Red Feather Archery presents the Talon. This devastating small game head is machined from a solid piece of steel, combining the blunt force trauma of a traditional blunt with the cutting edges of a 3-blade broadhead. Scallop tip helps reduce snaking for a better arrow retrieval with field point-like accuracy. Red Feather Archery, the Talon.
Alright, we got a pretty good tom. Looks like a big tomcat maybe. This was a walkthrough kind of type set. Had that big rock there, had a little cat urine on it, little cat lure on the rock, and I saw these cat tracks in here yesterday. We were on the road, it runs to a big cutover, and we got a good tomcat. We got one more set. We're gonna dispatch this cat, go check our other set, and we'll reset this on the way back. All right, here's the remake on this set. As you can see, we've kind of got a little walkthrough. Urine and a little on top of the rock, got some cat gland lure at the base, and we kind of pulled up some of this grass and stuff he stirred up that he tore up, made a little pile for a little walkthrough. Mainly targeting cats here. Just will catch some gray fox. Coats may be reluctant, you will catch a cat every now and then. One thing that I did do is we want to keep those feet moved as much as we can, keep them on that pan, I'm sorry. Put a little hole here with our stake driver and a hole here. We got a beaver caster type lure here. Got this little cat gland lure that's built off of that rock down that hole. Got a few feathers pushed in that hole. Just keeps that cat moving back and forth when he hits that pan of that trap. Alright, we're going to put in a dirt hole set for a gray fox here on this road. This is some old growth pines. Behind us is probably a 2 or 3 year old cutover. It's real thick, lots of rabbits, lots of birds, lots of fox and bobcats coming up and down this road, hunting and searching for prey and mates and whatnot. We're gonna put in some basic dirt hole here. We're gonna use a Duke 1.5, stock Duke 1.5. I like these for fox, and these will hold cats. Been dyed and waxed. Just gonna dig some dirt hole, put a little some bait that I'm making in the dirt hole, stake it and go. Gonna dig the dirt hole. It's old rotten stump, so not gonna be a whole lot of digging to a dirt hole there. We're gonna block it up pretty hard. If grays are real aggressive, you can block them just like you can a cat. Get these roots out the way. Not really worried about this freezing this week. It's not going to get that cold. As you can see, these little dukes are stout little traps. Now, good level pan. Use a standard Berkshire. All my coat traps have my drags on them, so we're not going to use a drag on this one here. We're going to get that down in there real good. I always like to go in at least to my swivels underground, because when they get to fighting, they're going to set that stake and pull on that stake a little bit. And you don't want that stake sticking, a little piece of that little wire sticking up in the trap there. So I drive mine down a little bit farther than what some people might. Got polyfill under our pan. Just gonna get our trap bedded in here. We'll make sure it's solid. We don't want any wobble. These gray fox, they're just like a coon. If they feel something move under their feet, they're going to start digging. They step on this trap on one of these jaws or whatnot. He feel that thing move under his feet, he's going to start digging on you. You're going to have a sprung trap or a dug trap or whatever. This old dirt here is kind of sandy. But look, no wobble. No wobble. And I'm going to put just a handful of peat over this. This is kind of really more of a lot of folks use it. I use it a lot of times just for trap covering. But here we're going to use it really more as a pan cover. Kind of fill that trap in a little bit. Even though I've got that polyfill under there, I just kind of have it. A lot of folks don't even, if they're going to use peat, they don't even use polyfill. Alright, we're just going to guard this loose jaw right here. That way I know where it's at. We've got a stick right there. We're just going to fill this in. Blocking, and then we'll just smooth this out a little bit. Now, so we'll add a little blocking on this so he doesn't keep that gray from working in on the side there. But you can crowd these grays. They're not scared. They're like really crowd them. Working it from the back and the side here. I make a mess too. I want them to see this, walking down this road, I want him to see this set. Now let's walk the farm right in there, boom, hopefully we'll get it. Squirt of fox urine. Good spoon of bait here. Put down there in that hole. This is a bait I make myself for gray fox primarily. A few feathers. Let's get some side traction. That hole there. That's it. That's complete. Any gray fox or cat as well walking up this road is going to smell it. Now you can put a little gland lure on it if you want to. I'm not in this instance. I'm with my bait down there is strong enough. It's got beaver castor and whatnot in it. So got a lot of smell coming out. Got that urine too. So hopefully when we come back tomorrow, there'll be a gray fox here.
Autism awareness isn't just about the statistics. It's about the facts, the people involved, and the struggles they go through daily. The All-American Sun Oven, the ultimate solar appliance. At only 22 pounds, this quality American-made product is perfect for camping, hunting, or an emergency situation. The ability to bake, boil, steam, and dehydrate with just the power of the sun. Friend Knife Making, quality knives made right here in the good old US of A. Hand-forged custom knives, hawks, and leatherworking. You can visit their website at www.friendknifemaking.com.
Then you got a bigger problem in the home.
Hammer Time Custom Calls by Joey Dopp. If y'all know me, you know I use Joey Dopp's Hammer Time Custom Calls. Joey, he makes these all handmade and custom to order. He has a lot of different woods you can choose from and stuff, so check him out on Facebook or email him at joeydopp@gmail.com. You want to get closer to game? You better have your game face on. Are you ready to take your trapping and hunting to the next level? Visit BeinvilleOutdoors.com, home of Old South Trapping Lures. Old South Deer Lures. They also have traps, snares, trap supplies, fur handling gear, books, DVDs, clothing, and a wealth of knowledge for any outdoorsman. Beinville Outdoors. Check them out today at www.beinvilleoutdoors.com.
On lure. The world of lures is endless. You've got call lures, you've got curiosity lures, you've got food type lures, and you've got gland lures. Which we know gland lure is anything made out of that particular animal gland. What I like to do when it comes to gland lures, especially if I'm coyote trapping or fox trapping, if I'm using a dirt hole set, I'm going to put some bait down in that hole. And then I'm going to take gland lure and urine and put on top, on my back and on top of that hole. That's mimicking something has buried that lure, that bait there. And then that lure is to mimic an animal marking that bait as his, marking that as his territory. Coyotes, bobcats, or whatever. Coyotes are attracted to just about every kind of gland lure out there. So, and that's kind of when your gland lures. The gland lures are going to be for territorial instinct. They're going to be to mark that food. And a lot of folks use gland lures on flat sets, just a urine post set. Food lures. Food lures is exactly what it said. It's mimicking some type of a food. Here again, I'm not a big person of using a lot of food lures. I do use food lures in my dog proofs for coons. I'll make some food lures, and I will use it in conjunction with my bait. If I am making like a punch hole, I will use punch hole type of a flat set where I'm punching holes under my backing. I may put a food lure on and a canine lure in another one. Just kind of break it up a little bit. On walkthroughs, on cats, I'm gonna probably use a food lure, maybe a gland lure and a curiosity lure. We'll cover that in a minute. But a food lure is kind of like a bait. It can be anything. That's kind of a food substance base to that animal. The main difference between, like we say, a food lure and a bait is the biggest difference is going to probably be the number of ingredients. Most baits only have 3 or 4 ingredients and are maybe a natural ingredient. A lure is can have, I've seen some lures have 20 different ingredients. I've seen some have 3. Now, one thing you want to keep on think about, a lure is not intended for an animal to eat. It's intended to attract the animal. A lot of lures are made with synthetic type material, shellfish oils, cherry oils. It's like a lot of that stuff is synthetic. You take it, dip your finger in it, and it's going to have a very bitter taste to it. You don't want that in something an animal's going to eat. That's why most food lures go on. I classify those in that category because they may have something in them that's kind of bitter taste and it's attracted to the animal, but it's not something the animal wants to eat. Curiosity lures. They can be anything. In my opinion, one of the best curiosity lures out there is beaver castor or beaver sackle. Everything in the woods likes to eat, beavers. And that beaver castor is one of the most, it's probably used more, and is an ingredient used in more trapping lures than anything out there. And beaver castor has just an attraction to it like no other. Beaver castor can also be used as a call lure. Right here again, most of the time when you think call lures, you think skunk. Skunky smell, civet, something that's real powerful that's going to get on those air currents. But a lot of people will incorporate beaver castor into a call lure because beaver castor will get on those air currents. But curiosity lures is something that's unnatural to the animal. I mean, a beaver castor in the middle, 10 miles away from any water source in the middle of a cutover. It's not natural. That's curiosity. That's something that's going to make that animal, approach that set, not so much out of hunger, but it's out of curiosity to see, why is that smell here? One of the best, #1 bobcat lures out there is beaver castor. I make a beaver castor type paste bait that I developed, strictly for bobcats several years ago, my spotted flattail. It's primarily beaver castor base, and it has taken hundreds of bobcats and coyotes as well. I appreciate you taking this time watching this video. If you have any questions, of course you can ask T-Mac, or you can log on to our website. We have our email addresses on our website, and feel free to drop us a line and ask us any questions if you have any. Okay, we're back on our trap line today, me and my partner over here. This is the 3rd day on this place, and this is our 3rd cat. Nice little spotted female, looks like. But what's so exciting and what's special is this was Mitch's trap. He dug a dirt hole himself. He dug the trap bed himself. I set the trap and he put the trap in there. He chose his own lure, which I think was Red Fox Hot Shot. And then we piled some sticks around it. We actually had the trap about a good 6 to probably about 9 inches back from the hole. We're a little bit far back on our trap bed, but I let him set it up like he wanted to. And this is Mitch's first bobcat.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's been a good one. I'm going to take this time to do a shout out or a product spotlight for, this is Justin Rogers' show, might as well be his stuff, Old South Lures. I got some right here, as you know. They make all kinds of good stuff. Hot Shot, Coyote. The stuff that I've been tearing them up on, the raccoons anyway, is their DP bait, dog proof bait. That right there, trade secret. It keeps them raccoons picking. You stuff that in there, and I tell you what, you take some of this right here. Oh, where's it at? This liquid hoodoo. You put some of this in that dog proof trap, squirt some of that on top of there, and I tell you what, you got a recipe for success, especially when it comes to coons. What else we got in here? Got some Booyah. Man, this stuff smells awesome. I'm gonna be using this on next week on my Predator line. Big Juju. I got it all in there. Trust me. When I went to Old South Lures, my catches went up. Y'all know me there for a while. I was tinkering with doing my own baits, my own lures. And yeah, you'll have some success. But I tell you what, it's nothing like leaving it to the professionals. And Justin Rogers of Beinville Outdoors, Old South Lures, it's hard to beat. I promise you that. So go visit them and tell them I sent you. And I tell you what, be prepared to take your trapping to the next level.
Tracks through mud, smoke from gun. Ain't no lie where we come from. Making Ozark Mountain moonshine run.
For tons more videos, go to our YouTube channel, Wild for the Outdoors. You can also see them at www.wildfortheoutdoors.com. And don't forget to go to Facebook, like us, share us with your friends, and hey, remember, it's your God-given duty to manage this land.